Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is midterm week, module 8. Welcome to the class. So, not only will you be taking the midterm this week and prepping for the midterm this week, but you will also be reading chapter 8 and prepping for the chapter 8 quiz. However, there's no discussion board this week. I've given you guys the discussion board off so you can study. You can study for the midterm, 100 points, a lot of questions, 50 questions, a lot of work. So let's talk about chapter 8 very briefly as this opens. And we're about at the halfway point in terms of this course. Your essay is also coming up due. There should be a team project conference by now. You should have met your team either face-to-face or via phone or via text or something. So chapter 8 is about managing change and innovation. People don't like to change. No one wants to do anything new. People don't want to do things differently. This is the wrong attitude, because to be more efficient and to stay in touch with the times, you almost have to change. You have to be innovative. You have to accept new things, whether you like them or not. You just have to accept them. So here we go. Chapter 8, we're just going to stick to one learning objective. That's define organizational change and compare and contrast views on the change process. So here we go. As you can see, there it is again. And now, categories of organizational change: structure, coordinating mechanisms, job redesign, span of control. That's one. The second one is technology, work processes, work methods, equipment. This is probably the biggest type of change you'll always get. And then people. People change all the time. Employee retention, again. People get swapped out, transferred, promoted, etc. Attitudes. Everyone's attitude is different based on the time of year: summer, winter, spring, etc. Perceptions, behaviors. All this tends to lead to organizational change. Now let's talk about the external factors: the marketplace, the government. As we know, there's another election coming up in a few years. Technology, labor markets, economic change. We're in the Bay Area. It's hard to buy a house if you're middle income and your wife doesn't work, or your wife works and the husband doesn't work. So there's a lot of changes happening all the time. You have to be able to roll with the punches. Internal factors: strategy, composition of workforce, employee attitudes. Initiating change. Some people are change agents. Like they say, hey, we have this new software program and you're going to change. Snapchat recently did an update and a lot of people didn't like it. I've adjusted to it just because I know about organizational change and innovation. So I always try to quickly be an early adopter of anything. And then there's two different approaches. One is the calm water approach and the whitewater rapids approach. So you figure out how to institute change. Me personally, I like to bring it apart kind of slowly, but not too slow, because sometimes it takes too long to implement change and the next change is already happening. So you don't want to get stuck in that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Module 8, middle of the course. I'll see you around.